What's going on? This is From Nothing to Something Else. I'm Josh, and today's topic is passionately unpassionate. I know that's a strange topic, but let me talk about it for a second, because that's what we do. Here on From Nothing to Something Else, really the title of the show is really started that way. I had the little loophole to just talk about nothing, and then hopefully that topic will grow into something else through the duration of the podcast. And so today's topic, passionately unpassionate, has kind of been wrapped around this podcast and other things in my life that I'm really passionate about. So, as you know, I'm a creative individual. Man, I love to create things. I love to create, shows like this. This podcast I started in radio doing The Kickback. That was a show on KZFR and KKXX, promoting local artists and Christian hip hop. And that was just really trying to engage people who needed inspiration, who needed some nuggets on how to grow in life and their walk with Christ. I also am a photographer and videographer, so as you can tell, I make videos, I take photos. Man, I'm real creative on that side. I started my business about 10 years ago. I was working in the mall at Dick's Sporting Goods. I wasn't happy with where I was at, and I figured, I could be broke all by myself, but also had the time to do what I love to do, which was create and inspire people. So that's why I quit the mall and I started to go into my own business, and it wasn't to make profits, but it was to make change, okay? And so I'm passionate about doing things that inspire people, that motivates people, that helps people get off their couch and pursue their passions and their purpose. That's what I do. I'm passionate about it. That's what I wake up, that's what I dream about, that's what I think about. Even my daily job, working with the Boy Scout, is to make sure that I'm building future leaders for tomorrow. That's what it's all about. Getting kids up, getting kids out the house, getting families together, and inspiring them to grow together and get the skills to help them be leaders tomorrow and better in life in general. So that's what I'm passionate about. But as everyone knows, life has a tendency to come and just punch you in the face sometimes. Reality has a tendency to just come kick you in the gut, okay? Social media and all these things, all these outside noises plays a big role at what people do. And I always tell people, your biggest obstacle in life is always going to be yourself, always going to be your own thoughts. Okay, we always put limitations on what we can do, and I'm a strong believer, and I believe that if you believe as small as a mustard seed, then anything is possible. If you have belief in yourself, if you believe that you can do it, then you can do it. You believe it, you can achieve it. And I'm a walking example of that, man. Back in the day, I was just talking about this not a wonderful story, but if you guys pay attention to sports, I know that you probably heard about Ja Morant. He's a superstar for the Memphis Grizzlies, a young superstar. He just got a contract with Nike to be their signature shoe. Powerade is going to put him as the star athlete to promote their drink, which hasn't been done in a long time. And like I said, the Memphis Grizzlies are edging to be one of the top teams, and they are championship contenders in some people's minds. Not mine, because I'm a Lakers fan. But pretty much, Ja Morant has a lot of things going for him in the right direction. But just recently, he posted a video online on the social media with him having a gun. Now he's suspended a few games. He put out a statement saying that he's going to step away from the team to take time to get himself together, which is very appropriate, which I completely agree with that. And just through this story, man, I was really thinking, because the Lakers play the Grizzlies tomorrow, and we're looking to get into the playoffs, and they're a good team. And for him not to play, that helps us out. And I'm all about, at first I was like, man, this dude's a knucklehead. How can you put yourself in that position? But then I thought to myself, man, when I was young, I was also a knucklehead. When I was young, I also didn't know how to handle and deal with situations. I also carried a lot of weight on my shoulders and hung out with the wrong people and took bad advice and did stupid things that put me in very compromising positions. Okay? I didn't have it all together. And also one thing, I I just got all the old files off of one of my old hard drives that had music on it from 2009, okay? Music that I have listened to, and through listening to my old music, I realized at that time in my life, man, I was really going through some things. I really had a different mindset and a different outlook on life. So I handled different situations in ways that aren't really healthy for me at that moment in time. So listen to the story, John Morant, man, I really, had to take a break, and really listen to the statement that he put out. And really, for him to be 20, I don't know how old he is, 22 to 25 years old, to young, to have millions of dollars, it's really hard to wrangle in those emotions, to wrangle in what you think is deemed to be okay. And him stepping away and acknowledging that he has to do better and he's going through some things that are stressful. I think people need to be real with themselves. I just also put out a song called Not Okay, really just talking about how we need to be honest with where we are in life and what we want to do. And so that leads me to the topic, passionately unpassionate. I love to help people. I love to inspire people. I love to make music that makes people think, that make people be real. That was the whole purpose of my radio show. That's the whole purpose of this show right here, is to inspire people to talk, to inspire people to be real, to inspire people to grow and change for the better. And I have been unpassionate about that part of what I do. I love to create. I love to push the boundaries. I love to put artwork out and get it, in museums hanging up. But I also am a very humble person. I also am an overthinker. I overthink things too much. I always look at the next person and what the next person is doing, and like, man, I'm not that good. Or, man, it wasn't that good. Like, I always think I could do better and do more, which is a good thing, but it's also something that holds me back. Waiting for the right people to come with me, to do things, to do shows, to make videos, to get on board with JE. That slows me down, and that makes me not want to do things. The lack of help, the lack of people in your corner can discourage you from moving forward with something. But I also seen a post from another artist, KJ, and not sure if Kelly Jackson, he's a great artist, puts out great music. He posted something on the gram and it said, man, I don't know who it was from, so he can give credit to that person. But it was pretty much, man, for artists, for people who make music. That song that you're waiting to complete, that song that you're waiting for someone to collab with you on, that song that's just been sitting there collecting dust on your computer, you waiting to make that perfect really stall someone else's growth. That song could be the song that helps someone change, that gets them out of their rut, that gets them out of the place that they're in. But you're waiting for it to be perfect. You're waiting for it to be wonderful. You're waiting for the likes and the comments and the shares and the people to say, do it. And so while you're waiting, people aren't able to get what they need, aren't able to get that seed, aren't able to get that nugget that helps them get out of the funk that they're in. So even though, we can't allow outside noise, we can't let yourself get in the way of your passion. That's what I have been doing. I have been letting the noise in my head, for whatever reason it is, keep me from making these podcasts, keep me from making songs, keep me from pushing forward with my business, with my job, with my hobbies, with my family, with my friends, with opportunities that I get, because for some reason I was unpassionate about doing things because I wasn't getting the right feedback or enough feedback, or I just didn't deem it great enough. And the enemy of finishing something is perfection. We can try to make things as perfect as possible, but if we don't finish it, then it doesn't matter how perfect it is at the end of the day. So we really had to get back to the basics. And so I was just passionately unpassionate about doing things I love because I was afraid. I was overthinking things. I was putting things too high on the pedestal. Man, it's tough. It's tough to put yourself out there. It's tough to go out on a limb. But as I always say, it's not about the opportunities that you get. It's about the opportunities that you take. So take the opportunities to pursue your passion. And don't worry about the outcome. Just do it because you love it. And if people can see your passion with what you're doing, then they'll get on board. They will share it. They will like it. They will love it. But first, you have to love it. First, you have to love yourself. First, you have to be real and honest about where you're at and where you're trying to go. And don't stop until you get there. Remember, every day is a journey, and every day we can make ourselves better and we can grow if we take those opportunities. So, this is From Nothing to Something Else. I'm happy that I broke out of this funk that I'm in, saying that again, because sometimes we all get in funks, and sometimes we just need to take a step back and understand that life is not as bad as it looks, but life can be so much better if we just take a chance on living it. So, appreciate you guys' time. Until next time, enjoy life, keep on pushing forward, keep on chasing those paths.